Hi, it's Amy from Slimful Treats again. Well, yesterday I had posted that I had a great success and I was actually able to fit onto an amusement ride. Well, there's more to the background story of that than what I told you. I was a little reluctant yesterday. I didn't know how much I could share about being morbidly obese. But after discussing it with some of my friends, they think that I should tell the whole ugly truth. And that's really what I set out to do, was to let you know you're not alone. I have been morbidly obese, and it and food were controlling my life. So, about 12 years ago, when I was married to my first husband, I went on vacation to a well-known amusement park down in Tennessee. Very nice place. But I have 4 kids at the time, and one of them was my son Daniel. Daniel was a very wonderful, very loving autistic boy. He was about 6 years old at the time. And all he wanted to do was ride the bumper cars. It's the only thing he liked. He likes to drive. So he had been dreaming for months to do this one thing. It's all he wanted. Well, Daniel was with me most of the time. So we went to the line for the bumper cars. And we waited for what seems like forever. He was so excited. We finally got up to the front of the line. It was time for us to go on. I got him into the car first because he likes to drive, so I put him behind the steering wheel. And I tried everything to get into that car with him. I couldn't do it. I had become too fat. I couldn't even squishing that little boy. I couldn't do it. The park employees were very good about it, and I do realize he could not ride alone because it was a safety thing. Besides for the fact he's autistic, he is only 6. So I had to get off of the ride with this little boy kicking and screaming, apologizing to everybody that this was not going to be pretty. I threw him over my shoulder, and I got him off the ride. Outside the ride, I went to go sit him down on the bench. He was so mad at me, he ended up punching me in the nose. And this boy was not a violent child at all. A park employee had seen this, and she came over to help. And she asked if there was anything that would help. I said, well, he really likes French fries. I was going to solve a problem of mine with food. My son was disappointed and so ashamed that I was his mom. He was wishing anybody was his mom except for me because I was fat. Well, I don't think it was because I was fat. It was because I couldn't physically do a simple thing like bring him on a ride. And so I wanted the French fries to make me feel better. The park employee brought them, and my son really wasn't interested in them. He just wanted to play. So I did. I took him off to play at another part of the park. It was like a splash park tree house, and he loved that place. But I had to sit there and watch him because I didn't have the energy to keep up with him. Every part of my body wanted to play with my children. I couldn't. So, like many of us in amusement parks, we pay full price to get in. And most of those seatbelts just don't fit. It's not the park's fault. It's not the people who build the roller coaster's fault. It's ours. Because we choose food over almost anything. And believe me, I understand. Food is my comfort. Food gives me such a wonderful feeling. Food is like the best drug on earth to me. And after that day, you would think that I had learned my lesson. No. I continued to eat and eat until I realized that many years later, all I was really doing was committing suicide by food, nice and slow. Like any other addict, I had to have my fix. And I disappointed my own family that way for years. I disappointed myself. And when you start getting over 300 pounds, people will tell you, you're not that big. I mean, I've seen that show. You're about half their size, aren't you? Yeah, I am. Give me another 10 years. I'll probably be their size because I just couldn't stop. Until, of course, and I've said this before, I woke up and realized that the one thing in my life that meant the most to me was food. It actually sometimes trumped over my children. And that's the ugly truth about food addiction. It will control your life. It dictates to you what you can and cannot do. Until you get your mindset and you really are determined to change yourself, you lose part of yourself to that drug, to your food. Unlike other addictions, many other addictions, not all of them, but many, the one thing about this that's tough is you can't live without food. You have to eat, or else you die. It's an essential part of life. But we need to look at food as energy, as a tool to keep ourselves going, not as our friend, not as our companion, or not as the only thing that makes us feel good. Once you get over that mindset and realize that the control is up to you, it is in your mind, it is in your heart. It has very little to do with your stomach. Myself personally, I'm never hungry. I want to eat. It has everything to do with my mind. It makes me feel good when nothing else can. So, from now on, I am going to tell you the ugly truth about being morbidly obese. And I'm going to stop worrying what other people think. Or am I being too graphic? Or, as some people have told me, TMI, TMI. You know what? There is no too much information when you need to know somebody else is living the same thing that you are, and that there is a road to get out. I'll always be addicted to food. There's nothing I can do about that. But I can keep a cool head, and I can keep my wits about me when I get upset, when I think that I just need a quick high. I must keep in control or talk to somebody who understands. I have several friends that do. So just keep it up. Keep yourself positive. You can do this. Go talk to your doctor. Talk to your family and friends. And just be honest about how you're feeling and what your addiction makes you feel. And why you want this change. Myself, I didn't want to die. I want to be able to raise my son. I want to be able to have a full life. Now I'm 47, turning 48 this year. I honestly did not think I would ever get control of this problem. And I realized if I hadn't, I would probably never see 60. So just remember, there's always somebody who understands out there. And you can always get a hold of me at my Gmail, which is slimfulltreats@gmail.com. You can friend me on Facebook. My name is Amy Smith. And you can always just listen to my YouTube videos. at Slimful Treats and subscribe. I will be making more videos. I will give you food tips, and I will tell you exactly what it feels like, physically and emotionally, to be morbidly obese. I hope you have a good day, and just remember, someone's always there for you.